Last time on Surviving Maine. After threatening to play her idol in the past 4 tribal councils, Jazzy still holds the idol in her diamond hands. But Jess has an idol too, and cracks in the Lombard alliance deepened when Jazzy tried to get the former Skitters to vote with her against Jess. A wild and chaotic tribal council led to an unsurprising result when Justin refused to vote with Jazzy and was voted out of the game, leaving Becky as the last former Skitter standing. 7 players remain in the game.
That's nice. It's real big. Look at that. Sure.
I am impressed. Those are some big logs. I was really sad to vote out Justin. I'm a little worried about the jury votes because right now it's all old Skitter and I voted 2 of them out. But I'm hoping that they'll understand that I'm playing the game and trying to stay in and trying to get in with the blue tribe.
Do we need to gather some crap so we can get the fire started?
Everything in that.
We got a bunch of firewood right there. Yeah, and we have the fire
that's right, Forrest.
Did it. Yeah. I know.
I felt bad voting for Toby and Justin. You know, I could have technically voted for someone else and they still would have gone home because the rest of the... I mean, actually with Toby, it was very important that I did that. Or else it could have been me. But I had to also get myself aligned with people in the blue tribe who were voting for Justin and Toby. So I hope that they'll understand that I needed to stay in the game and make alliances with people who are in the game and not leaving the game.
Oh, you're going back to your spot?
Yeah, but it's
We have 3 full jugs. I mean, 2 full jugs.
Did you sleep there last night too? Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, Tony, you already claiming your spot? Is that the 3rd night in a row you'll be sleeping there?
Yeah, 3rd night in a row.
Tribal was something else. I don't know what the hell happened. So Jazzy got super paranoid.
So I wanted to talk to Justin and Becky. I wanted to throw something out there to like work together. And honestly, I was like kind of gonna like blindside somebody and give Justin my idol. Like I was gonna play my idol for Justin just to save him. And it would have been a super uproar at camp, but it also would have been like a game move for me to be a reason for people to vote for me if I make it to the final.
I mean, I get it because there are side conversations going on with a lot of different people. But oh my god, I didn't know what the hell was gonna happen because like she got up and started whispering to the 2 Skitter members. And the rest of us were like, we're still voting Justin.
Going around and talking was quite interesting. When she came in to ask me, she just came up to me and she's like, who are you voting? And I said, Justin. And then she moved on to Brandon. So, I don't know. I guess it felt like it was pretty straightforward, but it was a little bit interesting with Jazzy kind of getting nervous.
During Tribal, Justin said that Jazzy brought up Jess's name to go home. But that they were gonna vote for Jazzy. And I feel like their whole move was so well executed, like pulling Jazzy over and like making us all paranoid. Until then, when they said they were gonna vote for Jazzy, that's where it got really confusing. I don't know. It was kind of a weird play.
I think that kind of all threw us off.
Because if they would have just stuck with like the dress thing, they may have flushed an idol. Who knows?
And he just completely called me out and said that I told him to vote for Jess, which I did. She's such a threat. I like her so much, but she is such a threat that I did tell him to vote for Jess. Then he called me out. And then I told her and everybody else, well, most other people, that I didn't say that. And I feel like maybe they believe me, but they shouldn't. So who knows? I don't know why they haven't figured out that I'm a liar yet. They all said that I talk behind everyone's backs, but yet they still believe me and still keep me here. I don't know what they're doing. I'm more paranoid about myself than they are.
So I would say we might have a problem with Jazzy, but she has an idol, and so it'll be interesting to see how we could maneuver that.
I don't know when I'm gonna end up using the idol, because it might be next time, honestly. Maybe I can win immunity if it's something like puzzle related, something not super physical, not an endurance challenge. I think I can win a puzzle. I think I can win some mental stuff against most of anybody here. So I might have to use it the next time though, because I feel like they want to keep Becky along because she started to vote with us. So I think I'll have to use it next time. And then I need to scramble. I need to figure out like a real final four right now. I mean, it's 7 people. So I should talk to Becky, but we'll see.
Her thing is that because she has an idol, she feels like we're all going to turn around and vote on her, even though the whole tribe knows I have an idol too. So, I mean, I feel the same thing. I'm in the same boat as her. That at any point, it's good to get rid of us because we have an idol. And she also knows that, so she's brought it up to me before that me and her have to keep our backs because everyone knows that we both have an idol.
You want to do that then?
Yeah. Get some stuff ready.
I'm gonna get a twig pile.
Can we get like a small twig pile, like tiny twigs?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. Even if they're,
Or these wooden blocks, or whatever they're worth.
We're trying to get all skitter out, and so far it's been working, and we're getting down to nitty gritty. It's us 6, we're sticking together, and we're just being blue strong.
I don't know. I think we're going to have to go for Jazzy.
After this mess, I don't think Becky's leaving next. I really don't. Final 7's a good round to make a move. Because you can solidify a 4, at least. So, I don't think Becky's going to leave next.
There definitely seems to be some cracks in the Lombard, the old Lombard tribe, the blue tribe, because I've been able to talk with Cameron and with Brandon.
I made a really strong connection with Becky during our swap. I think she was an awesome person that I wanted to keep around. So when the first vote came, we knew we couldn't vote for one of the challenge threats. They had an idol, so they were going to pass it around between one of the 3 challenge threats. So we took a swing out of left field and voted for Emily instead to surprise them, which worked, and got rid of the idol. And that's really how we were able to eliminate them one by one. But that was my idea, first of all, to not vote for one of the challenge threats. So I'll take credit for that later on. But the other part of that, the kind of master idea behind that, was it left Becky in the game, who was someone who I was already close with, and then left 3 huge challenge threats in Forrest, Toby, and Justin in the game, that no matter what in squabbling was happening, or no matter what was happening with me, who happened to win a challenge already and maybe has shown some challenge prowess and could be a threat, those 3 were always going to be a bigger threat than I was.
The alliances I have right now are me and Jazzy. I have me, Jazzy, and Tony. I have me and Tony. I have me, Cameron, and Jess. I have me, Cameron, and Jazzy. I have me, Cameron, and Becca. And then me and Becky are getting close. So I'm with everybody.
Hopefully, I'm still trying to go for Cameron and Brandon. Something that we had at the beginning, we had like 6 of us, so I still like them. I still think they're great, and I would still like to go with them. I mean, I like everybody, but if I had to take like the 3 up for that. So I think one of the biggest things would be getting Jazzy out.
I feel like there's only a few people that can beat me in the final 3, but I'm not going to win challenges. I mean, I'll win any type of mental challenge, but I'm not going to win a physical challenge against Jess or Cameron, so one of them needs to go home next, in my opinion. That's me looking at my long game. You know, I like them as people. I've been working with them throughout, but it's time for one of them to go home.
I think I can kind of challenge win my way down to the final 3 or however it works. I think Becca and Tony will be loyal to me through and through, so I'm not super worried about it once we get through that first vote. It's just getting through that first vote. There was this one thing we were waiting for tribal councilor immunity to start. For whatever reason, we were standing outside, and it was someone from production, Jess, and Liza was there, and they straight up blew my cover. I played a Survivor game with Liza last year that I haven't told any of these guys about. I told everyone that I met Liza at the Boston Survivor fan meetups, and the other girl must have been looking at my Facebook or whatever, and she was like, oh, you know X, Y, and Z, Naomi? And Liza was like, oh yeah, we played a game last year with them. And I could see immediately, I was like, oh yeah, it was no big deal. I just it was one of those small ones, but that really could be a reason to vote me out. They think that I know what I'm doing here, or somehow have some upper hand in some way if I've played this game and played it with Liza, things like that. So my shackles immediately went up. I was like, no, it's okay. But I could see Becca and Jasmine talking after that. I don't know. That was just one thing, and that's just one thing of the 8,000 million things that could be going on throughout the day. So I don't know.
I feel like my game's been pretty solid. I have no votes against me. I was voted who you want to be friends with after the game, and I don't know, I feel like I'm making good connections with people. So now tomorrow I need to step up my game.
I think the old Lombard tribe wants to get all of the skitter off first and then start attacking themselves. So yeah, next tribal council I need to either win immunity or play my idol or really set myself up with Brandon, Becca, and Cameron.
Ooh, alright, that's a good one. Some twigs blowing on it a little, I'm guessing. There. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
We came back to camp and went back into Kumbaya Mode and kind of all got along, chilled.
We're all helping build the fire, and we want a Kumbaya night, but on the back of all of our minds we're totally thinking what is gonna happen tomorrow. Everyone wants to shut the game off, but this is where the game is gonna start, because all of the Skitter members are out except for Becky, and now we're just okay, tomorrow's game on. So I know everyone else is thinking this too.
It's getting late. Nice job.
Yeah, thanks, Becky.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me do it. I get a thrill out of it.
Yeah.
You have bigger ones.
I like
that one was fine. That one was.
Honestly, right now, I'm just so excited to be here. These are my favorite 7 people in the game. Don't tell the other people in the game that, but everyone, I think we're all just super happy to be here and have a night to relax before tomorrow's war starts. So.
I think they're going to try to blindside me, so I need to be careful. But I've said that at every tribal council.
I had slept by the fire, and Tony did too, but he was passed out. And when I woke up, it was Becca and Brandon at the fire, and they were trying to make the fire. And then I got up and stood next to Brandon, and he said, do you want to mix things up today? And I was like, of course I do. Yes, I absolutely do. He said, we want to get out Jasmine finally. And so I was like, yes, I'm on board. She's obviously one of the biggest threats. She has an idol. How do you think I'm doing that? Because she has an idol. Have you had any thoughts?
I don't want, me and Becca talked about, we talk about it before, but we don't talk once a week,
Yeah.
we just talk to other people.
Got it.
That way they don't suspect us.
No. I was thinking. I think Cameron will be on board because I talked to him individually. They are trying to keep it on the down low that even he and Becca are talking, so they definitely don't want to be seen talking with me, which makes it very difficult to know what's going on. You, Cameron, and Becca vote 3 on Jasmine. they'll vote 3 on me. I'm assuming since I'm the next skater. I'll vote 1 on Jess. Really? Okay. Well, I'm putting out there, like, depending on how you read Jazz, like a tie could work, and then she would definitely play her idol the second round.
Right.
Yeah.
We were thinking Tony second.
Tony second?
Because no one wants this back.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
The sketchy thing would be is if she did play her idol like the first time, but then I would be able to play my idol after that, and then it would be whoever I voted for going home. But it has to work out pretty perfectly for that to happen, because I want to play this idol right. I don't want to go home with it, but it's kind of tricky right now because I'm not talking to many people. I talk to people like really quickly here and there, and it's hard for me to. So far, my instincts have been right. I've been able to hang on, but like today, it's much more tricky, so I don't really know.
99% chance I will not win a physical challenge against the majority of people over there, particularly Jess and Cameron. So
I think the biggest thing going on now is figuring out the end game, knowing we have the 2 minefields in Jess's idol and Jazzy's idol. I don't know how open everyone is about Jess's idol. I know Jess told me immediately. I think Jazzy saw her do it too, so I think all 3 of us know about it. I feel a little. That's one of the things I want to talk about in Final Tribal is the fact that I know everywhere and every time an idol was found, everyone came to me about that. I'm a little annoyed I haven't found one, but at least I know where they are. I think she's the worst out of that group too. So.
That's me too. Honestly, I was thinking that, and if we had to take a fifth, so me, you, Brandon, Jazzy, and maybe Tony, if we take out Becca first. Okay. Because Tony might not be as good at the challenges. Yeah. So he probably won't win. So we can easily get him out on the 5th one.
Even if we snuck through though, he's not
my
going to
biggest thing, because if me and her can use our idols on the 5th, I don't want it to be you 2. So he's.
That's the biggest thing is like if we are at Final 5 and you guys are both going to use your idol, yeah. I don't want that target to be on me. We need someone there expendable. So even if we bring Becky along too.
Well, I think Becky could have a better shot than Tony at winning.
Right, you're right.
So I think if we brought Tony with on the 5, he could be at the 5th.
Right. Okay.
And then it would be us 4, and then we wouldn't have them, so there's no worry.
I'm down with that if we can talk it out with them. But when we're down to Final 7, it's like, how can we maneuver these votes where if they are protected at Final 5 for, say, we get down to Final 5, then there's only 3 other targets that can go out. If I don't have immunity, there's no good reason really for them to keep me into Final 4 at that point. And, like, I can trust Jess or I can't trust Jess. But, like, if she wants to say she wants to come down to Final 4 with me, Brandon, Jazzy, and her, interesting, because, like, I think those probably are the 4 people with the best jury case right now. Well, Becky has a really good jury case. I think she would win if she made it there. I just don't see how she can make it there. I would say maybe the pecking order of, like, if we all made it to Tribal Council right now, probably Becky, if she made it, she wins. Jasmine, if she makes it. Jess, she's found 3 idols, kind of survived on her own on that other tribe. Then myself and Brandon. Then I think Becca and Tony probably don't win if they get there. So, I mean, my ultimate goal is I want to get there with Becca and Tony, but it's impossible to get there because I just maneuvering that minefield with the 2 of them and, like, not going with the larger group is going to be so difficult.
then I guess we're going to have to all have a conversation about, like, who's next. And I think most people would probably say Tony. I would prefer not to pick Tony because Tony is a never win in my mind. I know that sounds mean, but he just doesn't have, like, the resume to win the game. And if he were chosen by the jury, it would be because they were felt backstabbed by the other members of the final 3, which could happen. But I think people who legitimately are Survivor fans, which is all of us, kind of want to see, like, who played the best game and will hopefully truly vote for somebody that they feel like really played the game well.
I'm in a tough bind here where I really do think I need to make that huge move now. I just think if that move backfires, I'm either out right now or out at 6.
All right, guys, come on in. Right around the fire pit. We're gonna draw for spots, so.
Oh.
All right, we are going to get straight into the next immunity challenge this morning. for this challenge, you will be holding this handle on the twine, so your hand can't be up above the twine like this. You'll be holding on the twine, and then you're going to place wood cookies as I tell you which size. So you have a pile of small, medium, and large, and you'll place them on here as I say so. And there's no breaks in between placing wood cookies. So if you drop while you're placing, it's out. Last one standing wins individual immunity.
All right.
All right, Becky, I'll take back that individual immunity. Thanks. All right, we're going to draw for spots just like we did yesterday. All right, everybody ready? Go ahead and grab your handles. I'm going to give you 5 seconds and count you down for the first piece. And for the first piece, we're going to place a medium. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The challenge is now started. Everybody's looking pretty good. All right, you're going to go ahead and place a large wood cookie. It has to be on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Becca just drops after the transfer. Okay, we're going to go ahead and place a medium wood cookie. You have 5 seconds. 5, 4, Jasmine can't make it. 3, 2, 1. Becky and Jess also drop, and as well as Brandon. So Cameron and Tony are in.
There we go, guys.
Tony and Cameron still looking really comfortable.
No, I'm not.
Looks like it from here. All right, we're going to place the small wood cookie. You have 5 seconds to do so. 5, 4, 3, 2, nice. All right, now we're going to go with a large wood cookie. 5, 4. Oh, Tony drops. Cameron wins his second individual immunity.
That's okay. You look so rock solid on it.
Congratulations,
Thank you
Cameron.
so much.
All right, you guys can go ahead and head back to camp, and I'll see you at the next tribal council.
I think I was like the 4th one out of the challenge. I just felt a little off-centered as soon as I put the second one on, so I just couldn't really connect it, and Cameron's got really good hand balancing skills apparently. It could be a little worrisome, especially if a challenge like that comes up again. You know he's going to be good at it.
It's the second time Cameron's won immunity. I'm actually kind of happy for him because I'm working with him. It's me, him, and Becca. So, like, as long as my alliance wins immunities, that's going to further my game.
I wanted it to be a challenge like this, so it sucks because I felt like I could have done better, but I just picked bad choosing on my part for picking the wooden disc to use first. It was too wobbly. Our whole plan along when it comes to The vote was to kind of go blue strong and just kind of make that a thing. So we all kind of talked about it. We pulled Becky aside because we respect her and have enjoyed her being around, and said, yeah, we're gonna go blue strong.
I don't want to be whispering while you're there, but we do plan to. Alright, I'll be back. Okay.
Thank you for telling me. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed you at our camp.
We did.
I've
You've
enjoyed
been a
you
good.
too. And I
Yeah.
can't wait till this is over.
It's like you fit right in it. You should have been with us all along, I feel like.
We're gonna vote Becky out. Purely because any sort of turns right now would leave anybody else in the jury bitter. It makes sense with the red, and she asked us to tell her, so we did. That's why I pulled her aside. So I think, even though it was a really nice night, we really do enjoy her. It didn't change the dynamics of our voting choices.
Yeah, you've been a good part of our team, really.
Yeah.
You would have fit in well from the beginning. So.
Yeah.
You asked.
I don't think anybody else.
Tell you. I appreciate it. I really do. Yeah.
We wanted to be open and honest with her, and she's very thankful for it.
I will definitely play my idol, probably no matter what. I've thought about sharing it with Brandon, but that could go, because they have all the numbers. Like, I am just a sitting duck, so if I shared that with them, they could be like that's a target on my back immediately. So it's like, I'm not ready to do that yet. I'd rather be selfish and keep it for me and hope that I play it at the right time, rather than let it out and just be doomed. Better than a blindside. At least he respects me.
We do.
Yeah,
sure.
we do.
We've enjoyed your company.
Yeah.
And your fire starting.
Yes. That's amazing. You definitely have that skill down.
Yeah.
Right.
That was fast. I always had help, so.
So she knows. I don't think that's the best plan. I think that we need to get Jess out now. So I just kind of threw out the idea that we blindside Jess so she doesn't play her idol, and we can flush it out so that we can get her out. So she thinks that we're voting for Becky, but I think we need to vote for Jess and get her out. So we'll see what happens at Tribal Council. Hopefully they're not doing the same thing to me.
So I'm feeling vulnerable, which has been the case most of the time, but I feel like I see people who I'm supposed to be trusting talking to other people. But I'm just sticking with the plan of Jasmine, at least if it calls me out. For some reason they don't put my name out, I don't know. But that's the plan, that's what I'm going with. If for some reason we make it to our final four the way that we hoped at that time, I'm gonna, instead of the top three that I planned, I'm gonna try to go with Becky instead, because I just think that would work out really well for both of us. Even if I don't win, I just think that's the best way to do it than to take Cameron and Brandon. I feel like I had the bigger bond with them, but I've been bonding with her as well, and if she's made it this far, she deserves to be there too, and I want to be there too, and I have to do something bigger to get there. So if I make it, that's what we're doing. By we, I mean me. That's all I got.
Alright guys, come on in. Alright, now we'll bring in the jury. Emily, Toby, and Justin voted out at the last tribal council. Alright. So based on how the votes have been going, it looks like Lombard is sticking with their thoughts to vote out the Skitter tribe. Becky, how does that make you feel being the last Skitter left?
I'm very sad, but I saw it coming, and I'm really grateful because they told me that they're voting for me. I had mentioned before that if you respected me, you'd let me know. So I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm bummed to leave the game, but I'm also glad I got to be with such an awesome group of people for the last night.
Jess, have you or any of the people you're working with thought about the possibility of using Becky as the swing vote?
I don't think so. I think that everyone was pretty solid of sticking with what we said we were going to do.
Brandon, wouldn't that be an easy way to get an extra number on your side? Take Becky in now when she's ready to get voted out?
I mean, maybe, but I think we all have our own, plans and agendas, and we all feel like I know 3 or 4 of us are at the bottom, but we all feel like we're at the top, so.
Okay. Becca, another consideration that we've talked about in the past couple of tribals is splitting up women versus men. And at this point, though women are outnumbering the men, has that been a consideration for you?
No, it really hasn't. We've been blue strong, and we just kind of went into it that way, and we're gonna stick to it.
Okay. Is that something that you think you could go to in the future? Possibly.
I live in the moment, so.
Tony, at the last tribal council, Justin had mentioned that you were kind of the next to go for Lombard, and you were at the bottom of their pecking order. How did you feel about that accusation?
I feel Justin's comment was a little bit out there, but he could be right. I could be the next one going after Becky goes.
Do you have a plan on how you're gonna stop that from happening?
Just ride this game and see where it takes me and hope for the best.
Jasmine, how does it feel to know that Cameron is sitting over here with immunity for the second time?
I'm proud of him for getting it twice. I think that it's obvious that he's kind of a strong challenge competitor, but, he's still in my mind part of the blue team, and I cheer everybody on. Becky kind of became a part of that, which is why we kind of took her aside and said, hey, this is our plan, and we respect you, and we were happy that she joined our tribe for a while.
Cameron, how does that feel to know that your tribe mates think of you as a strong challenge competitor?
I mean, you made a really big necklace. It's not to hide it. My counterpoint would be I sucked at the other 3 challenges, and the only 2 challenges I won were things that I needed to keep my wrist straight. So I can't imagine the last 4 challenges are all going to be about keeping my wrist straight. But, it was a fun one to play. Tony was a good competitor.
So at this point, how many people think that they have a final alliance to bring to the end of the game? Just a show of hands. If you think if you have your final alliance set for the end of the game. Jasmine's the only one. Do you want to tell us about that, Jasmine?
Of course I'm the only one. Yeah, of course. I've been playing a long game since the day I walked on this field because I'm not the strong physical threat, so I've had to play a long game since the beginning. That's been my strategy. So yeah, I have who I would like to bring to the end. Things might change. I might not be able to control it completely. People might not want to take me to the end, so we'll see how things go. But yeah, I have who I would like to sit with at the end.
So does it concern you that the people who you are planning to take to the end didn't raise their hand and say they had a secured final?
No.
Doesn't worry you?
No.
You guys have anything else you want to say before we vote? All right, Cameron, you're up.
Everything's so fast. Oh my god. I was told that people were voting for you tonight, so I'm following along, and I hope I'm not being stupid. I'm just going with the group vote. We enjoyed having you here. Yep.
Jasmine, you're up.
Alright. Today I am voting for Jess. Love you anyways. If I go home, I'm okay with it too. One of us has to backstab each other.
All right, I'll go tally the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alright, I'll read the votes. First vote, Jasmine. Becky. Jasmine. That's 2 votes Jasmine, 1 vote Becky. Jess. That's 2 votes Jasmine, 1 vote Becky, 1 vote Jess. Jess. 2 votes Jess, 2 votes Jasmine, 1 vote Becky. Jess. 3 votes Jess, 2 votes Jasmine, 1 vote Becky. The 12th person voted out of Surviving Maine 2019 and the 4th member of our jury is Jess. You can grab your torch. Jess, the tribe has spoken. You guys can grab your stuff and head back to camp.
I kind of almost expected it about halfway through. I figured they were already concerned about me before and I had an idol and that they were promising me and Jasmine that we were fine, so I'm not really surprised actually. But it was a good job on them. We had made a deal to go to the final find and then, you know, we wouldn't play, that way we wouldn't have to ever play it and then we wouldn't play it on anybody else and mess them up, so it was good on them. I should have played it.
Jack, if this actually works, so Jazzy brought up the idea of blindsiding Jess at the last second, and Cameron did. So if this works, I feel confident going into 6 that we can do a rock draw if we have to with Becky and Becca.
So apparently, the vote got switched up last minute. Looking at this person as a threat to win, so I'm just riding along doing what's going to further my game. Like always, sorry, Jess, you're awesome.
We all knew the real game was going to start this morning. It's going to start one vote earlier than you were expecting, I think. You're just too much of a threat right now. We think we can get Becky out later. You found and played 2 idols, you have another one in your pocket. We need to blindside her.
She's usually super paranoid, and she's really smart, so I don't know why she's not acting a little sketched out, so that makes me nervous, but hopefully this works, and our next plan works until we get to 5, and then stuff's gonna go.